The views and opinions expressed by guests on the TWBC podcast are solely those of the guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of, nor constitute an endorsement by the host, TWBC, or the advertisers.
National championships, Confederation championships, World championships, major professional events. For over 3 decades, he has been there for many of the sport's greatest moments. And now he brings you even closer to the movers and shakers in the world of high-echelon tournament water skiing. From the founder and creator of the Water Ski Broadcasting Company comes the TWBC Podcast. And now here's your host, Tony Lightfoot.
Well, and yes, indeed, I am the aforementioned Tony Lightfoot, and this is the latest edition of the TWBC Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. And have a real special guest lined up, a member of Team Canada, none other than Taryn Grant. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Tony. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. We're barely days away from the start of the World Championships coming up, starting on October the 12th. How you been training up to this point?
Training's been going good. I'm just taking it one day at a time, one set at a time, trying to build to the main event of Worlds and being able to compete the best of my ability on the day of.
All right, then. So whenever I mention the name Taryn Grant, a lot of people have associated that name with collegiate skiing because you skied for the University of Louisiana at Lafayette for all 4 years of your eligibility. You did extraordinarily well for the Raging Cajuns. I say that wholeheartedly because I'm an alumnus of that fine educational institute. So what has been happening with you since those halcyon days on Airport Lake?
Yeah, so I finished my 4 years of eligibility, and I actually went back and did my master's in communications, and I recently graduated from Lafayette this past December with my master's degree. So when I was there and I was out of eligibility skiing, I was helping out with running the team, management of the team, and just trying to take the team to the next level, basically, and do my best to leave the team on a good note for the future. So you're basically shaping them up, keeping them in order, and also making sure that the folks across campus actually know that the team exists. Because typically, what I've found in the past is that I mentioned a collegiate team, and they said, "Oh, I didn't know there was collegiate water skiing." I mean, what was that kind of reaction like? Yeah, unfortunately, water skiing isn't very well known across campus and for many schools. And I think Lafayette's very fortunate because we have a high-level team and we do well, so we get some support from the school. And with that, we kind of let ourselves known within the community, within the Lafayette community, but also within the university community. So I think as time goes on, the water ski team is getting more and more well known across Lafayette and across UL Lafayette.
And do you find that there are similar instances across water skiing in general? Because I know that you graduated in mass communications in the marketing stream in that sense. So, do you find the same thing water skiing in general?
Yeah, I would say so. Water skiing isn't a well-known professional sport, which is very similar to being at school and not being very well known. And one of my actual professional project that I did for school to graduate was a strategic communications campaign for the Raging Cajuns water ski team. So I did some research. I gathered information and came out with a plan for the future moving forward that the team would be able to use to help with. My main goals were to help with recruitment, to help with sponsorship, and then also to help with engagement within the community.
Okay, and I mean, and those programs continue today. So obviously, from an alumnus and myself, we thank you very much indeed for making that happen. Within the scope of worldwide water skiing, I mean, there's been recent developments of it, obviously, without self-aggrandizing ourselves. You know, TWBC has been working extremely hard with the webcasts and that kind of stuff. But there's also been the addition of the Water Ski Pro Tour that's come forward. What do you have to say about those recent developments from the point of view of being involved in marketing in that capacity?
Yeah, I think what you guys do with TWBC is great. You're giving us the opportunity to showcase our talents to the world, to whoever wants to see, being able to live stream events. And I know talking to people who don't typically get to go to events, they love being able to tune in and watch us ski. I know, for instance, I used to be a graduate assistant in Lafayette at school, and my coworkers would send each other messages knowing when I would be skiing so that they would all log on and watch me ski, which they wouldn't have the opportunity to do if it weren't for that live stream. So I think having a good live stream is very beneficial for the sport.
And what about the Water Ski Pro Tour that's come on stream this season?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we're moving in the right direction. Having one place to go to that covers all of the pro tournaments is amazing, because we haven't had that. We haven't had that before, and I think it can just keep on moving up in a positive direction moving forward.
All right then. Now, you're involved with marketing a little bit with Water Ski Wakeboard Canada, is that right? Or just the water skiing part of it?
No, I am an intern for Water Ski Wakeboard Canada, so I help out with whatever they need. So I've been doing a little bit of work with the marketing side, with social media for them, and just trying to get more engagement, more involvement within water sports in Canada.
All right then. So let's go a little bit deeper into marketing, because I mean there are plenty of folks out there that will push what they think should happen in terms of marketing a certain activity or product or what have you, but not too many of them, I find, really deal with the potential pitfalls and traps that are present within marketing a particular sport, kind of like the do's and the don'ts. So let's focus on how you've seen like skiers market themselves and what have you. Have you seen any potential pitfalls that one or two skiers, obviously not mentioning any names or anything, but have you seen any marketing attempts by these skiers, like think, oh my God, what was he or she thinking?
No, I think everyone does kind of their own thing. They have their own route, and I think maybe some routes are better than others. But there hasn't been one or two people that I look at and just shake my head at. But I do think I have seen some people online, or at least in the digital media, social media world, who are doing really well for themselves, just branding themselves and marketing themselves to a larger audience, and they're getting those views and more people who now know about water skiing, which is really great.
All right. One of those folks that comes immediately to mind is someone along the likes of Joel Poland, who's just barely a few feet away from us. You know that within the last few months, he's been putting together videos for Instagram and that kind of stuff, and he's starting a really, really good movement there and getting people interested in an event that doesn't get an awful lot of exposure.
Yeah, Joel's actually been doing a really good job at taking videos and then putting videos together to post online and create an excitement about skiing. Fortunately, I'm able to see him do it. I'm here skiing with him, training with him. We live together as well, so I get to see it all go down, and he's doing a really job at promoting the sport in general.
Okay, is there anything that you would like to see Joel do differently? You know, I mean, because there's always that next level. You know, you get to a certain level where you are in marketing, and I'm sure that you've read through textbooks and you've read through teachings and stuff, and it kind of gets stale after a while. You know, what would you say? What would you do if you were in the position to advise him and like say, hey, listen, what you've been doing is great, but we need something different from you? What would you say to him?
Well, I think what the content that he's posting is great. It's what the sport needs. I think maybe he needs to start promoting himself a little bit more to create a better brand, and so that people know him more and want him to do things. So for him being able to create something that maybe isn't mainly on social media like Instagram or TikTok, whatever he's on, if he can start keep on doing what he's doing on social media, but moving away to create a larger base for him to stand on. So
to promote himself as more of like a lifestyle brand, you know, like away from the water type deal would be a good start, would you say?
Right. Sure.
Okay, so maybe opening up a store or something like that, or Joel Howley merchandise. I don't know. I mean, that may sound extreme, but I mean, there are enough people out there doing it right now, and enough people.
And they're excited to see what Joel's doing next too. They're wanting to go onto their news feed and see what crazy trick he's trying, what trick he just created, like what he's landing. They're wanting to see what he's doing. So I think he's doing a great job.
All right, then let's focus less on him and more about
you.
Yeah, because it's all been about marketing and other people so far. But this podcast is about you, skiing wise. You're one of the better jumpers out there on the water. I think you're a Series 1 jumper, aren't you? In the World Championships. What do you think it's honestly going to take to advance someone out of that elimination round through to the 12 skiers in the final?
Good question. Honestly, I haven't really thought about it because my main goal is to not worry about others and not focus on the on others and other things, and just focus on myself and go out and do what I can, do what I know I can do, and just jump the best of my ability. So honestly, I haven't thought about it that much, but I know Jax is a great place to ski. It's a great place to jump. So there's going to be some big scores right from the get-go, I'm sure. So to answer your question, I'd say it's going to be maybe not. It's going to be around 50 meters, probably. Maybe a little
like a 164, something like that.
Yeah. Probably.
Something around about those lines. Obviously, Jacinta Carroll back on the scene. You know, flew here a few weeks prior to the World Championships, won the Malibu Open. Are there any people among the women jumpers that'll be rolling out the welcome mat for her with the World Championships coming up?
Well, honestly, we're such a great group of ladies, I think, and we always try to. Obviously, we're competing against each other, but we still try to encourage each other, and it's great to have her back and to really have a competition where all of us are there, because this past season we haven't been able to do that because of COVID. So it's going to be great competition between everyone, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. And
so far as Team Canada's prospects are concerned, you are on Team Canada for these World Championships?
Yes, I am.
And Team Canada are the defending world champions from 2019. Do you reckon that they have an above-average chance of repeating this time around?
Yeah, I think we have a great opportunity to repeat and win gold again. But again, we're all going to have to go out there and ski our best to achieve that goal.
All right, then, and with that, we'll round up the podcast. Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to give you an opportunity to give a shout out to friends, family, whomever supports you. And with that, I'll turn the mic over to you.
Sure, thanks. Well, thank you for having me on, Tony, and for all TWBC does. I'd like to say thank you to my family back home. I haven't been able to see them for a couple years, I guess, almost, just because of COVID. So thank you for continuously supporting me. My brother Cole, I'm actually living with him and skiing with him here at Matt Reed Ski School along with Matt. So they're doing a great job to get me ready for the World Championships coming up. So yeah, just thank you to everyone who continuously supports me and encourages me.
All right, then. That was Taryn Grant. I've been Tony Lightfoot. This has been the latest edition of the TWBC podcast. And with that, I will say ciao for now. Until next time.
Thank you for listening to the TWBC podcast. Be sure to check out our website at waterskibroadcasting.com. Links to our presence on major social media platforms can be found there, as well as updates to our webcast and this podcast. Duplication or rebroadcasting of this broadcast without written consent of TWBC is prohibited. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform and be sure to join us next time for the next edition of the TWBC podcast.